The jobbers knew that they were jobbers. Job guys. It's not a shame to be a job guy. You need job guys.
The Job Guys. What the world isn't watching.
What's happening, everybody? The Job Guys back with you one more time. Nitro Nick is here. Ryan is here. And we got a couple of buddies down there in the Brady Bunch box. We have Austin and Amari back again. And if you've paid attention to the NFL draft the past couple of years, we've had a couple of drafts. And we're doing another one today. We did the best music draft. We did the best wrestler of all time draft. And now we are going to draft teams. Since Mania is pushed way back this year, just happened, we are going to take best WrestleMania matches. So we're each going to, draw it up, do a snake draft like fantasy football. And there we go. We're going to see who has the best team of the best matches by the end of the night. Appreciate you guys being with us. Nick just said off camera, can't do it without you. Appreciate you guys taking time. This is always a fun time, man. I love doing the draft show. So,
me too. And last time we were here was amazing. I'm glad to be back for sure.
Yeah, man, it should be great. Before we get going, we got to find out who gets the first pick, second pick, and all the way down. And again, if you're not familiar with fantasy football, what is your deal? How come you're not? Snake draft, you go down, the fourth pick also gets the fifth pick, and then you go back up. That's how that works. So let's do it. I got all of our names in this hat right here. I'm going to raise it above my head so I can't see who is what. And this will be the first pick in the draft right here.
For who? For who?
What do you mean?
Who's the number? Who's getting this pick?
Oh,
we're just drawing the name?
Just drawing the name.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Oh,
all right, Amari at 1. That's solid.
Number 1,
right,
Amari. There you go.
All right.
You're going to get the match you want.
Yeah, Tito and Executioner going to Amari.
I'm going after your leg.
All right, number 2. That's me upside down. Ryan,
All
number
right.
2. All right. And one more here. Austin, you had the fourth pick last time.
Last time I was here, so I got to go like back and forth, for the snake style. And this time I'll be 3
today, and that means
right.
Nick
Yep.
gets the back-to-back, the fourth and the fifth pick. There we go. All right. Well, shoot, man. Let's do it, Amari. A wily veteran of WrestleManias. You get your choice of 40 years, man.
I'm going to take HBK versus Taker, WrestleMania 25, Good versus Evil.
Is that the one that WWE did announce was the number one?
They just said it's the best match of all time. Amari agrees.
The story in the ring before they even got there, like the entrances, the lead up, the aftermath, like it's all in one, the best match to me.
I'm glad you did that because that leaves everything open. So I'm going to get the match I want, number 1.
I already know.
I was there. Hulk Hogan against The Rock, WrestleMania 18. Hogan Rock, the greatest thing I will ever be at ever. There's no possible way anything was ever going to be like that atmosphere, man. It was insane at the Sky Dome. I'm happy with that. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and the fact that you were in attendance for that too, I mean, that just takes the energy of that match to a whole different level. Because I mean, for people at home, I think they couldn't even believe the switch that was going into that match.
We couldn't really, I mean, we knew it was going to be crazy and everything, but we didn't think it'd be like that. Like, I could not believe it. And I was in full Hollywood gear with the feather bow and everything. So that was like the greatest day ever.
How long was that stare down?
Pretty good. I mean, it all worked, man. It
definitely worked.
Austin, your first pick, buddy.
I actually love that this one fell to me at 3 because it is genuinely my favorite WrestleMania match probably of all time. WrestleMania 13, Bret Hart versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, the double turn.
Yep.
Right then, Austin 316 was born at King of the Ring, but right there, I think Stone Cold Steve Austin truly arrived, and Bret Hart continuing to be an absolute legend when it comes to performing at WrestleMania. He's had some great ones. I'm hoping I get a couple of his matches actually at Mania, and that one by far is, bar none, my favorite for sure.
That's the other one I would have taken for sure. I think that's probably, to me, the best match. You know, a lot of people say Taker and HBK, and I know WWE had that number 2 on the list. So we've stayed right with them, only in a different order, because Hogan Rock was number 3 on WWE's list. I know Nick's a happy guy because he just had fall right into your lap, didn't he?
And he gets 2 back-to-back.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, WrestleMania 3 will be the third pick for me. I'm not going to lie, the work rate is not great, but I don't think there's a higher... I don't think you have WrestleMania without this match. This is the defining WrestleMania moment. It's on every cover of any WrestleMania video or playback list or whatever. It is the slam heard around the world. So that one's going to be my third, and I'm going to go back-to-back with another Hulkster match. Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. If you didn't catch it, we just ran back WrestleMania 6. You'll find out why I took this match second, because I do believe it is just awesome. I think of all the matches in WrestleMania history, this one to me was the hardest to decipher who was going to walk out with that belt. I did not know which way this was going to go. Two faces.
We are back to Austin.
Yeah, and I'm thinking right now, as I'm looking at it, it's like, I was wondering if this would be my second or if I would go with another singles match, but you know what? Just because it was probably part of one of the best WrestleManias in general, I'll take TLC 2 between the Dudley Boys, the Hardys, and Edge and Christian. So that was the first one that I watched. I watched them out of order, so I got to see that one going through that show because everyone told me that was the best WrestleMania of all time when I was starting to get back into wrestling. Arguably overused at times. They did it best, it feels like. It seems like it's been so hard for most people to top what those teams did.
This may be a little early for this. But again, you don't know what'll come back. Amari's got 2 picks before I get to pick again. So I think this could also be the best match of all time. And I don't like either of these dudes.
Oh, my God. This early, huh?
We are going Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Taker, Triple H.
It's a great
HBK
match.
is the referee.
End of an era.
Just incredible match. It was...
I agree.
I had no expectations at all because I don't like either of these guys, and they fought a million times already. And dude, it was great. So yeah,
one of the best false finishes I think in WrestleMania history.
No doubt.
The sweet chin music into the pedigree was just, bro. And Sean Sell afterwards too. He was all of us.
Yep, it was great.
I think we all thought that was ending, and we wouldn't put it past. At least I didn't put it past Triple H to be the guy to end.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, Amari, last pick of the second round, and the first pick of the third round. You let us off with HBK Taker at 25.
I'm gonna go Golden Era, WrestleMania 3.
Yeah,
Savage Steamboat. I mean, that match. As a kid, I watched that match maybe about 400 times, man. And when I talk to my friends who not in wrestling, this is one of the matches I say, "Hey, man, watch this match. You'll get it after watching this."
That match could probably be credited for the word work rate and creating the word work rate in wrestling.
Yeah, very well could be. All right, Amari, first pick of the third.
I'm gonna go prisoner of the moment right now, and I'm gonna say WrestleMania 40, Roman versus Cody 2. It's the Ocean's 11 of WrestleMania matches. You got the Usos after the little debacle they put on the night before. You got John Cena, you got Solo, you got Rollins, you got Taker, you got The Rock, and then you got Roman and Cody. And Cody finally finished the story. So.
Nick said yesterday he thought that would go early. I did not think it would go this early, but What a
I'm
match.
kinda
The
bummed.
match of
I
the
was-
year last year, I thought. Wow. So that one's gone.
Yep.
And once
Great
again, a million great matches are sitting right here.
Oh yeah.
This is our draft, man. We're drafting what we think is the best. And I have always said this, and now it's even got a little caveat, is it's the best opening match ever. No, it's one of the best matches ever. I'm going Bret Owen. WrestleMania 10.
Oh, you got it right before me.
It's the work of an idiot.
Yeah. I was hoping that would come back to me. I was hoping it did, and it did, man.
Such a
that
good match,
is
man.
incredible, man. And who thought Owen was winning that?
No one.
No, it was awesome, man. I'll take that. That's great. Austin, sorry to do that to you, buddy. You're third.
It's all good. I was like, going with the TLC too. I'm like, there's some good matches that could very well slip past me with that. So
Dude, so many.
yeah, so I'm all good though. But there is one that I'm definitely a big fan of, and it's from Mr. WrestleMania himself. I will take from Mania 21, Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels. Such a good match, and that's probably the best era of Kurt Angle too. Around that time, that's his wrestling machine.
Yep.
Like that's where he was at that, and I mean, like when he was at that level, I mean, there was not many people that were better than him, and then putting him against the guy who's arguably the king of WrestleMania.
Right.
I mean, just match made in heaven.
Yeah. Oh, that's a great one, man. Nick, you've got back-to-back picks here. You have gone with your two favorites, Hogan Andre and Hogan Warrior. There's another Hogan
People
out
are
there.
gonna hate they're gonna hate my draft. Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man Randy Savage, WrestleMania 5, the greatest story ever told. The Mega Powers explode. I mean, when you go back in history and people say, "Do you watch that WWF stuff?" What do you mean the stuff with Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man? Their names are synonymous, and I don't think Macho Man, people still show up as him for Halloween. I mean, I see Macho Mans every year.
Yep.
Second one, Ryan, I'm going to go, and this one's just kind of personal to me because he sits on my Mount Rushmore, even though he's become the Eeyore of I'm sorry, he is. Yeah, I love Bret Hart. But he is turned into Mr. The Glass. It ain't even half empty. It's got a hole and it's leaking.
Is there anybody here that's got any brains? Stupid, stupid, stupid every day, every night.
Bret Hart versus Rowdy Roddy Piper at WrestleMania 8. I don't know why. I love that match. There's a story being told as it goes off. I don't even know if anybody else had it on their list, but I just love that match. I love that Piper, the dirtiest player in the game, loses because he doesn't cheat. Like he chooses to be the good guy, and it costs him.
Yeah, I had it on there, and I thought it would last a little longer, but that's a great pick, man. That is a great match. Austin, back to you. Fourth round, we go.
This was a guarantee that it was going to be on my list, and it may be higher than many people think. I don't care. It's going instantaneously. Mania 29 in New Jersey. CM Punk versus The Undertaker. That match was honestly almost the catalyst to what eventually led to Punk leaving in terms of creative decisions, because he wanted that main event of WrestleMania, and he came back through the tunnel after that match with Taker, which blew the house down. And he had people backstage being like, yeah, you should have gone on last instead of twice in a lifetime. So, I mean, just for him to be told that after that match and the reception it got, and dude, the image and Taker when he's in the chokehold and Taker staring death into his face and Punk's terrified is one of my favorite images in wrestling. And I mean, it's CM Punk's best match at WrestleMania.
I got a couple of choices here. I'm sorry. I love you.
Yep.
Ric Flair, Shawn Michaels,
That was
WrestleMania 24, which we all know was Ric Flair's very last match. He never stepped
There was
back
never
in.
another one,
Yeah,
and
there
we're
was
just going to leave
never-
it at that.
There was never any
I think
more.
that was his first retirement match too, wasn't it?
Yeah, first of 1,000. All right, cool, man. Omar, here we go. You're finishing up round number 4, starting round number 5. You've got HBK, Taker, Savage, Steamboat, and then the new one, Roman, Cody.
I'm going WrestleMania 10, HBK versus Reza Ramon.
And I think we are now probably at more HBK matches have been taken than Nick has taken Hogan matches so far. So
I ain't done.
I think we're close.
The race will continue.
That's right. All right, Amari, round 5, man.
Okay. I don't know if this match is gonna get back to me, so I'm just gonna take it now. It probably will, but who cares? Let me go Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre.
Great match. Great match.
Ryan, you called that. We were talking yesterday. Ryan, I had forgotten about that, and Ryan said he believed that match would go earlier than I did. And
yeah, it's a great match, man. They put on a heck of a show.
People that like that style too, the big beef going toe to toe, clobbering, throwing blows, live rounds, potatoes. Yeah, it's a good one.
I'm glad. I am cool with that because I'm gonna get a match that I've always really liked, and it's from WrestleMania 22, and it is Edge and Mick Foley, the hardcore match going through a flaming table and Edge getting thrown into the thumbtacks and everything. Nobody saw that coming, and I'm not a big hardcore guy, and I thought it was great. Austin, you are up. You got Brett and Austin at 13, TLC 2, HBK, Kurt, Punk, and Taker.
Yeah, and actually, I'm going to go with the first main event of the first Mania that I watched in its entirety that I can remember as my time as a wrestling fan. It was actually Mania 26, so Taker, Shawn Michaels 2. The build up to that match was incredible. If people don't remember how good, I appreciate great editing on video packages, first of all. The Running Up That Hell video package leading up to that match that was built up for Mania was one of the best that WWE's ever done. Spectacular stuff. And just the way that it built from the Slammies all the way to Mania, and just, it didn't top the first one, but it would have been hard to do that in the first place. But the fact that it was honestly the perfect send-off to Shawn Michaels' career. One of the best in wrestling, and
I actually like that match better than the other one. And I know some people do. I mean, it freaking great match, man. Good pick to get that with, I don't know, in the 5th round. That's a pretty good selection.
I'll take that.
Right. Nick, you're wrapping up round 5, starting round 6 for us. You got Andre, Warrior, Macho, and then you go with Brett Piper at 8.
I got to take these because I think you guys are going to... I think my matches that I like may last a little longer with everybody here. I'm going to go The Rock versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, WrestleMania 19, though. That's my favorite match of the two of them. I think it's the one The Rock wins. I don't think he has a great record versus Austin at pay-per-view.
Wasn't he 0-3 leading up to that point, I think?
Something like that, yeah. And I just liked that, and I did like The Rock's heel persona and stuff like that. I don't know. I Rock Austin WrestleMania 19, and the next one I am going to cash this in, and I'm going WrestleMania 31. Seth Rollins cashes in, takes home the Money in the Bank. Just because I love stories, it has to be one of the biggest moments in WrestleMania history. I don't think anybody saw that coming, because I know when his music hit, I was just sitting stunned in my chair watching. So those are going to be my 2 on the wrap.
Cool. That's a good one, man. I wondered how long that would last. That's an all-time moment, especially. But the match is underrated too.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back to Austin. Pick number 6.
This is a damn good value pick, I think, that I got with this one. The conclusion of Kofi Mania, WrestleMania 35, Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston. Incredible to see the roles reversed for Daniel Bryan, first of all, and then just a guy like Kofi, 11 years working to get to that moment. And even if the reign isn't remembered as fondly as, we would have liked it to be, and the ending especially was just disrespectful, the moment right there, dude. I mean, so many people were happy for Kofi. It was truly something that, a lot of wrestling fans don't get along when it comes to a lot of things, but everyone came together to be like, hell yeah, for Kofi Kingston. So
keep it recent. I thought this was the greatest wrestling show I have ever seen. top to bottom. And that is night 1 of WrestleMania 39.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the Usos taking on Sammy and KO in the night 1 main event. What a way to cap just top to bottom the best night of wrestling I've ever been around. It was awesome.
The best story since the NWO.
I will take that for sure,
Well,
man. Back-to-back picks for Amari, who was in the building that night at WrestleMania 39.
Very cool.
I'm gonna stay in that building, and I'm gonna actually this match right here.
Wow. I got it on the list. Wow.
This match as for I hate to like separate, but for a women's match, this right here is the match. There's nothing better to me. There's nothing better. Now there's been better moments, but we talking about matches, and this is the match right here.
Yeah, that was a classic. That was a classic, man. All right, you got one more. And you just went back-to-back at 39, by the way, because you got the Sheamus, Drew, and Gunther match as well.
I'm going to take it a little bit back. I'm going to go WrestleMania 20, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle.
Eddie and Kurt with the shoelace and pulled the boot off. Okay.
Like key steel.
WrestleMania 30's main event. Triple threat. Daniel Bryan finishes his story. Against all odds, he wins the title. Place is going nuts. WrestleMania. That was the best WrestleMania in a long time, if you ask me. And what a way to cap it. So yeah, we'll take the culmination of WrestleMania. All right, Nick. Round 7, start of round 8. What do you got? You went with the main event of WrestleMania 31 last time.
We're on pick 7.
Pick number 7.
Edge and Christian, Dudley Boys, Hardy Boys, Triangle Ladder Match, WrestleMania 16. I'm going to go with the original one. Those two are, it's just one I can go back and watch, and it's a great match. So I'm going to go with that one. And I'm going to go a little bit later now, not super late, because I'm going to go Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, WrestleMania 19. The feud, the story, the match, the Geritron 5000, everything was awesome, man. It's just a great story. So I'll do that one as well.
And the way it ends, too, at the end, down on his knees, giving him this nut shot.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it was good. The sore loser, Jericho. Austin, we are back to you. Last couple, you got Kofi Mania, and then you've got Triple H, Daniel Bryan at 30. Your last couple of picks here.
Yes, and I'm the resident AEW guy, so I might as well go when the prodigal son returned, and Cody Rhodes made his return at WrestleMania 38 to face Seth Rollins. Absolutely changed the trajectory of where WWE was headed for the next few years. Was that match, and it was really great stuff. 2 incredible workers, 2 great wrestlers, and man, it was just, as a guy who followed AEW from the beginning, it was something I didn't think would ever happen, and yet there it was, and it was incredible, and I was jealous of every single person who was in that building. I'll take Seth and Cody 38.
You were there, weren't you, Mark?
Yes, you were.
I was there, and so you remember the build-up for that match. Seth Rollins didn't have an opponent.
Didn't have one,
so
no.
Just had a mystery opponent.
Yep.
So I'm Steph comes out, I'm going to the restroom. Diarrhea. And then all of a sudden Cody hits, and I'm like, all right, I gotta go back. Go back. I didn't even use the restroom at that time.
They would take a dookie.
Man, I like any of these. But it's a main event. It was huge. It's the biggest buy rate of all time. We're going once in a lifetime. 28's main event, Cena against The Rock. Greatest match on earth? No, but it has that same feel to it as like a Warrior Hogan. 2 just Goliath dudes going at it. I will take that. Never hurts to have a main event fall to you in the 8th round. So,
well, it's basically also the alternate to Hogan and Rock from 18. So, like almost 10 years later, Rock in the different position with a new one with John Cena basically playing what Rock used to be.
Yep. Oh, that's a great point, man. Great point. Amari, round 8, wrapping up for you. Last one was Eddie against Kurt Angle at 20.
I'm going to go Sasha Banks versus Bianca Belair, WrestleMania 37. I mean, the moment after that match, I noticed ESPN started to take a notice to WrestleMania now. So ever since that match, I've been like, okay, everyone is starting to get in on what we have been knowing for years, that, wrestling's great.
Nick and I just talked about that. I didn't know when it would go. I figured it would. The build to that match I hated, but then the match was freaking incredible. So yeah, that's on my list, dude. That's a good one. That's a good one. You got one more, round number 9.
Okay. I'm going to take a match from the COVID WrestleMania, and that is KO versus Rollins.
I told you that yesterday, Ryan. I told you that match was going to go. I like that match too, Amari. That's a great freaking match on a really bad pay-per-view. That not anybody's fault, though.
Right.
It jumps off the something.
KO. KO jumps off the sign.
Yeah, man. That was really cool. Really cool. They did a great job.
We are going
Heart back.
Another one I was at. WrestleMania 8. Ric Flair, Randy Savage for the world title. Austin, you are up.
Yeah, I need to get a women's match on here, and I'm glad this one actually fell to me. The 3-way between Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte at 32. Kind of the closure of what was considered the Divas era of wrestling. So it's such a build-up to this moment, I think, for these women who have been working so hard. So I had to hopefully get that one.
It's the best match of the night. That's not saying a ton, but it was a good match.
It was good,
really
though.
good.
It was really
very
good.
All right, Nick, you've got 2 here to wrap up round number 10.
All right,
And
I'm going to go. And I do not like this guy, but I'm going to do it. WrestleMania 24, Edge versus The Undertaker. It is a phenomenal match. I am not a Taker fan, but boy, oh boy, do those guys go, and it's a great match. And the last one I'm going to go, and I'm probably sure I don't know, I like this way more than other people do, because it's another main event match. I'm going to go Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Iron Man match, WrestleMania 12. I know that match starts slow. But man, after the first 10 or 12 minutes, they start going, and it is awesome. Still ticked off about the finish. Little Hortz was not happy they made Brett got back in there. I don't see how he was supposed to. Should have stated that up front, that he had to get back in or put him back in the sharpshooter and then restart the clock. But that's the way that went down.
Austin, round 10. What do you got?
This is a personal one, actually, more so. Because honestly, it's not much of a match, really. It's more so just kind of like I was grateful to be there for it. My one and only Mania that I've been to was 34, and Mr. John Cena didn't have an opponent leading up to this Mania until he called out The Undertaker, wondering if he would show. And this was after he left everything in the ring at 33 in Orlando against Roman Reigns. So John Cena, Taker, it was not going to be in anybody else's list. I know that, but man, I didn't think I was going to be fortunate enough to see Taker live, especially at WrestleMania. So to experience that was huge.
Some main events still out there, and some I cannot freaking believe are still out here. I'm not huge on this, but man, again, how do you pass up the main event? And a big one, the man who shall not be named in a 3-way WrestleMania 20 against HBK and Triple H. Chris Benoit wins the belt. Got to take it.
It sucks that it's hard to look back at it now. It sucks because it's good.
It'll be the 10th match I look back on. I'll check that out. Number
It's just
10.
words like huge and big are hard for me to use when you use that match.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that. Amari, you're wrapping up round number 10, and you are starting bonus baseball here, round number 11.
I'm going to go to 2005, WrestleMania 21, the birth of Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that. I just was looking at that and I was like, I can't let this linger.
I can't believe it didn't go yet. Yeah.
You knew it wasn't going.
The very first Money in the Bank, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great pick late. And one more.
My next match, COVID WrestleMania, Edge versus Orton, last man standing match. They tore up the house. They went all over the place.
36, yeah. In the back, that one guy got blasted who was up sitting back there.
Match was as long as the Lord of the Rings movie, but yeah. Well, it goes a while, man.
I mean, it was COVID. You wasn't going anywhere.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, it had nothing else to do. There's still a real good one out there from 21. The Undertaker, Legend Killer. All right, Austin. We just saw you at 32.
I got another Taker match in mine. So 23 in Ford Field, Undertaker versus Batista. Yeah, that match, man.
It's a great match.
Such a great match. So fun. I mean, that's really, like the last between that gap. I think from like 20 to like 23 was like when the streak became such of this huge thing. And Batista is a monster, and he gave Undertaker a beating, but Taker was so good in that match too.
I was one who thought the Giant Gonzalez had a chance. I was the one who thought he had a chance. That guy was massive.
Well, we always say it, man. If they didn't completely screw with the WrestleMania 8 card,
there is no
the streak starts at 1.
And
it stops because
Sid's
beating the Undertaker.
At least DQ or count out. He's beating
right. Yeah.
All right, Nick, you're up, dude. You got 2 in a row as always.
These are hard because I can't judge what you guys are freaking doing.
Yeah, now we're nitty gritty time, but there's one out there that I can't believe is still out there.
And you want to take it. I'm wondering if I take, Ryan, maybe I let it go on the wrap here. I don't know. But the matches, I guess, are okay. I'm going to go Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker, WrestleMania 30 streak ends. Just because of the impact of that match. I mean, it is unreal.
Silent.
Yeah. Kid's eyes bugged out of his head. It's WrestleMania 7.
Macho
Man Randy Savage.
Oh, I knew it.
Versus the Ultimate Warrior. What a great story. I know some people may not like that. Mario, you're on Sloke's team, I guess. You hate that match?
No. I was picking that next.
I thought you were siding here.
Sniped me, man.
But yeah, man, I had a tear in the little horse's eye to see the two of them get back together. Ryan, you have no heart.
No, I don't care.
I loved it. I love the feud too. I mean, they both screwed each other at the Rumble heavily. I love it.
I can't believe that lasted this long. Yeah, shocked. Austin. That's not the one I was thinking of, by the way, but because that's not even on my list. So
shame on you. Shame.
Yeah. All right. Well, WrestleMania 33, Shane McMahon versus AJ Styles was one that I was not expecting to slap as hard as it did. When he showed up in WWE, I lost it. Like, that Royal Rumble debut was amazing. And the fact that he got a really good match out of Shane, who is good at putting together matches. But man, I was not expecting how good that was going to be. I was really like, man.
Am I on crack? Did I miss? Nobody took Rock Austin 2.
I don't know
why.
I mean, I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
We're going to catch crap for that. I know, but I don't like the ending, man. I don't like it.
I don't either. I don't get it. I don't understand why people, but I figured it'd get taken. But 12th round, I mean, this is like me drafting The Undertaker in our last match. This is sacrilegious.
They turned Al
I got to take it. They
turned Al Kaline heel at Tiger Stadium. It doesn't freaking work, man. Like, I mean, they ain't gonna boo Al. Like, I don't know who you think you are, but yeah, it just no.
Oh man, that is like against everything I believe in. But holy crap, dude, it's still
You're gonna take it, aren't you?
I
You're
gotta
gonna
take it. Shoot.
Fair
All right.
enough.
There, I took it. So, Amari, now you just took Edge against Orton from 36 in COVID Mania, and now you got 2 more.
What round we on?
12. 12 of 15.
Okay. I am going to go to WrestleMania 34. It's a tag match. You got Kurt Angle, you got Triple H, Ronda Rousey, and Stephanie McMahon.
Great, shockingly good match.
Man, remember when people were excited about Ronda Rousey in WWE? That was a wild time.
No, but
I never was.
No, me neither. But I'll tell you this. I thought that match was gonna be like a stinker, a 3 or like I had no faith in that thing. And you walked out. It might be the best match on the card for that night. I mean, it's hard. You could argue that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a very good match.
I would say that if Nicholas wasn't on the show.
Well,
you can't top
Yeah,
Nicholas.
he takes the cake. All right, Amari, you got one more, dude. That's a good pick, man.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
I'm going to do another tag match, but this is from 37, and it involves Bad Bunny.
All right.
Because I was in attendance for this, and I just like, oh yeah, this is going to be a match where I can go use the restroom. And when I tell you, I was so surprised about the match. Like, he did an incredible job to be a guy who's not from wrestling.
Yeah.
And then there's an impact that he brought to that WrestleMania, because as soon as that match was over with, half the stadium left.
This is a personal favorite of mine. I don't know how other people think about it or whatever, but I always thought it was good, and I'm a big fan of WrestleMania 22.
Lionful match?
And I'm going with HBK taking on Vince. I think that is a great match. Once again, I mean, if the guy ever earned the Mr. WrestleMania nickname, that was carrying Vince through a match. Can do it. Austin's up. He just got WrestleMania 33, Shane McMahon against AJ Styles.
This is the one where everyone's going to look at me funny, I feel like.
This one?
Yeah, this one. This one. No, specifically this one, too. I don't give a damn, man. It was one of the most... Considering this time frame in wrestling, it was literally one of the most insane and like meta things I've ever seen WWE ever do. It's the Firefly Funhouse match.
I love it.
I knew you were going to take it.
Bro, it's so nuts. It's nuts that even happened. And if it wasn't for the circumstances of the world, if it wasn't for the circumstances of the guys that were in the match, I mean, like, there is no better wrestler to do a character almost assassination than John Cena, a guy who had been there for decades, and Bray Wyatt, man, and what may have been his magnum opus with The Fiend, bro. It created cinematic matches and basically killed cinematic matches, because I don't think a single thing topped that when it came to that style of match.
Definitely not with Bray Wyatt.
I was gonna say
that swamp match, whatever it was.
Started at the top, and we were like, "Ain't nowhere else we going, man."
Yeah.
Like, it's not getting any better than this when it comes to these types of matches, man. Bro,
Nick now owes me a car because I told him that you were gonna pick that.
I literally, because I don't care, man. People can look at me funny all they want. I love.
You know what? The best
polarizing. People love it or hate it. Round 13, start of 14.
I don't know how they're still sitting here. I can't leave main events. WrestleMania 1, Hulk Hogan and Mr. T
about it.
with Jimmy Superfly Snuka in the corner versus Rowdy Roddy Piper, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, and Cowboy Bob Orton in the corner. Special guest referee, the greatest of all time in boxing history, more likely, Muhammad Ali. It changes the face of wrestling, and this is the one that put WCW on the ropes. Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mike Tyson as the special guest referee, WrestleMania 14. And now that we know what Shawn was going through during that match, it intensifies just how awesome it really is, man. And that is time. WCW, here they come.
You know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to take John Cena versus Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 23. The build to that match was huge, and the match felt like a main event match. John Cena driving the Ford Mustang around the streets of Detroit, and then Shawn Michaels, again, he's Mr. WrestleMania. I thought it was really good.
Main events are just getting taken time after time here because there's still a ton of them out here. And my list, you guys, I smash them and I stack them.
Oh,
WrestleMania 37.
Yep.
37.
All right, well, that makes my last pick
Roman
easier.
Reigns, Edge, Bryan. Didn't really like the build. It was kind of goofy with Edge, and then they just kind of
Match is
threw
awesome.
Bryan in there and everything. But the match is great. And, the bloodline, the head of the table comes out on top. Yeah, that's great for round 14. That's great. All right, Amari. You have your final two picks back to back. There's another main event out there, is there not? At least one.
I'm going to go with WrestleMania 40, Gunther versus Sammy for the IC belt.
It's a great match. Last one, Amari.
And this is nostalgia. I love tag team wrestling. I don't know if you guys like this match, but I love it. I had it as a kid. My cousin got WrestleMania 7. He recorded it for me. This is the match right before the hour-long intermission Hart Foundation tag match against the Nasty Boys.
Wow.
I like that match.
Wow. I did
Amari,
not
you don't have to
expect that.
defend 7 to me. The other guy's the problem on this freaking show. I think 7 he kills it. I don't think it's that bad.
There are numerous still out here that are some of my favorite matches of all time.
Yeah, I can't get them.
But I'm going to have to go recency bias. And once again, back to the night I say is the best single night of wrestling I have ever been to in my life. And a big reason for that was the shock of all shocks. Rey Mysterio against Dominic Mysterio, WrestleMania 39. That match is freaking perfect. From the entrance in the cop car, and then getting slapped by his sister and mom and all that, getting spanked by his dad. It sounds really stupid to somebody that's never watched the match, but it's perfect, dude. I love that match. That may have been my favorite match of the night that night. So I'll take it, man. That's a hometown favorite, man. Last one for Austin.
Yeah, and you know what? I feel like it's just because it was almost a staple for WrestleMania for quite some time. I have to take a Money in the Bank match, I think. And I'm going to take 23s. Again, I'm a Detroit guy, so I'm just so stuck in this damn city.
I was in the front row at that.
Yeah. So
the media, they let us down there for that match. It was crazy. Jeff Hardy right in front at falling. Yeah,
dude. I mean, again, Mr. Kennedy didn't end up being the guy that we thought he would be. I feel like,
I thought he was going to be good.
A lot of people had a lot of thoughts of him being huge.
I did. Too. I did.
But you know what, man? I thought the talent in that was great. I thought the spots were massive. And if I didn't pick a Money in the Bank match out of Mania, I feel like I'd be doing a disservice.
Nick, very last pick of the draft. 15th
this is so
round.
I'm torn. I got 2 here, and oh, man. All right. Well, I go for the whole story. WrestleMania 4, Randy Macho Man Savage versus Ted DiBiase, tournament final for the world title, for a vacated world title. Him going, just again, the story. He's outnumbered. The Giants down there. He's getting hammered. Elizabeth takes off. And where does she go? As Sloke was doing the mouth of Hogan. I had never seen a vacated belt, man. I put myself, you got to judge these matches for the day you watched them.
Bunch of main events still out there. I passed up 39 night 2. Cody Roman won a couple of times. I don't know if you guys did those at all.
I had that on here.
Vince against Shane at 17.
You like that
Nobody
one?
took that. Well, and the big moment with the biggest pop of the night might be when Linda gets out of that chair, man.
It was a big pop.
Yeah, that
Brock
was.
against Angle, another thing. Kind of, we talked about the way that match.
It's just the ending. Again,
It
it's the
lands on
ending.
his head.
It looks so bad, man.
It's terrifying.
Right, I had a couple on here, man. I know this probably isn't the great Warrior versus Rude at 5.
Yeah, that's a good match.
The finish on that when Heenan, I didn't think Rude had a prayer.
Yeah,
he is.
Any for you, Amari, that you struggled, thought maybe would go and didn't?
Y2J versus AJ. It's AJ's first WrestleMania 32.
Right.
I believe it was an opening match, and they tore it up. Like they set the bar that night.
Yeah, I think the ending there too. People are like, "Wait a minute, AJ lost." Like that kind of puts a bad
the worst
taste.
part about that is they gave us the match previous.
Let's run through the teams before we roll out of here. Amari had the number 1 overall pick, and he goes with what WWE says is the greatest match of all time: WrestleMania 25, HBK versus The Taker. Then another one for the old heads like us. Maybe still think this is the best match of all time. Savage Steamboat at 3. He then gets Cody finishing his story at 40. HBK against Razor Ramon, the first big ladder match at 10. Sheamus, Drew, Gunther, triple threat at 39. Then Charlotte and Rhea at 39. Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle at 20. Bianca and Sasha, main event night 1, WrestleMania 37. COVID Mania, KO and Rollins at 36. The first Money in the Bank ladder match at 21. Then he goes back into the COVID box. Edge and Orton, 34. Ronda Rousey's debut. Kurt Angle taking on Triple H and Stephanie. The Bad Bunny tag team match at 37. Sammy and Gunther from last year's Mania. And then the Hart Foundation, Nasty Boys tag team championship at 7. That's a pretty good list and a lot of very good worked matches there. Work rate through the roof on his. I had the second overall pick. I go Hogan Rock at 18. Then the Hell in a Cell, Triple H against The Taker at 28. Brett and Owen in the opener at 10. HBK kinda ending Ric Flair's career at 24. Foley and Edge in the hardcore match at 22. The main event of night 1 at 39, the tag match with the Usos and Sammy and KO. The main event of 30, WrestleMania. Then at 28, another main event, Cena against The Rock. Then Flair Savage at 8. The triple threat main event at WrestleMania 20. Randy Orton against The Taker at 21. Rock versus Austin 2 falls all the way down to the 12th round from 17. HBK versus Vince at 22. The triple threat main event at 37. And then Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. Here we go with Austin. Brett versus Austin. WrestleMania 13. That's WWE's second greatest match of all time. TLC 2 at 17. HBK against Kurt at 21. Punk and Taker at 29. Fifth round, Taker against HBK 2. Kofi Mania coming in with his 6th pick. Triple H against Daniel Bryan at 30. Cody against Seth. When Cody showed up, his re-debut at 38. Triple threat ladies match at 32. 10th pick, he gets Cena against The Taker at 34. Taker versus Batista at 23. Shane against AJ at 33. The Firefly Funhouse gets taken in the 13th round. Then it's HBK and Cena, 23. And then the Money in the Bank at 23. Nick didn't know you couldn't pick other people. We didn't tell him the rules.
Everybody's name is brother.
He figured it out a little later. I mean, it's incredible matches.
If you make a list of moments in WrestleMania history, I think I have. I'm not saying the work rate,
You're on there.
but I think I have the moments of a streak ending, a giant getting slammed. I love. That's why I watch WrestleMania,
and that's what I was gonna say. Yeah, arguably, when you watch WrestleMania, that's what you're watching for. If you want to watch like incredible work rate matches, turn on Wrestle Kingdom, turn on some other stuff like that. Your Mania is where everything comes to a head. So I get where Nick's coming from.
Yeah. Oh, well, and they've turned it into a phrase. What a WrestleMania moment. Nick goes Hogan Andre, Hogan Warrior, Hogan Macho with his first 3 picks. Then Bret against Piper at WrestleMania 8. Rock against Austin, not the 17, their third match at WrestleMania 19. Seth cashes in the main event of WrestleMania 31. Then he gets the ladder match, triangle ladder match at 16. HBK Jericho at 19. Edge against The Taker, WrestleMania 24. His 10th pick, he gets the Iron Man match from 12. Then he goes Brock Taker at 30. Savage Warrior at WrestleMania 7. The main event of the very first WrestleMania goes in the 13th round. Then it's HBK Austin from 14. And then the final of the tournament, Savage against Ted DiBiase from WrestleMania 4. And that's how we end this draft. Fellas, this was awesome again, man. It's a little something different. And, you know, as we said, there was still a ton more out there, you know. So everybody ends up with a pretty good team, man. I think they all look pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, just like we said, it depends on what you like. That's the cool thing about these drafts. Yeah. Whether we're drafting theme musics, whether we're drafting superstars, matches, maybe feuds in the future, I don't know. But it's what you like. I mean, if you think the Red Rooster Bobby Heenan is the greatest feud of all time, who am I to tell you it's not? Well, I'd tell you it's not.
Yeah, but they may be coming to pick you up with a straitjacket.
Yeah, that's true. But, you know, I mean, who are we to say, you know, what matches are great, man? People like what they like, man. And I think it also depends on the time in your life when you're watching these, man. Like, I will never forget being, like, the golden era is my era. Like, it was the greatest time I ever had watching wrestling. Still enjoy it, still love it. Not like that. And maybe I will someday. I don't know.
We appreciate you guys joining us again, as you did a couple of years ago when we drafted the wrestlers. Thanks so much for taking time. Thanks, Zoom, for finally working after like an hour and a half of us trying to get it to work today. Appreciate that. All you for watching at home, thank you again. Please hit like. Please hit subscribe. Tell us what you would draft. Give us a list. What are your top 10 matches? Because it's a big ones we left out right now. All right, guys. Appreciate it one more time. Thanks. Job, guys. Out.
You smell something, it's us, because we're the stuff.